Hi there, my name is Zoe. Welcome to the Focus in Mirror. Today I'll be sharing on the chase, but I'll be talking about the get out clause. The get out clause simply means the get out excuse. I don't know why it's being referred to as the clause. As we know, clause just includes a subject and a verb. So I don't know why the men call it a clause. Maybe there's something that should be there, that shouldn't be there, that is there. I don't know. But for today, for simplicity sake, I'll just call it the excuse, okay? Just to be simple. All right. So the get out excuse is what I'll be talking about after the chase. All right. Going back to the last video that was published, I talked about physical intimacy and in a relationship and a relationship without physical intimacy, and I talked about how after the chase a man is said to you wants to be with you and you actually agree to be with him, how to be careful and not to give yourself all the way until you're sure about what his intentions are, or for instance just not put physical intimacy at the top whilst you're getting to know a man, because at the end of the day you don't know what he's actually coming to you for. It's just a simple way to protect yourself. Okay, today I'll be talking about the games that they play and the get out excuse, what they do after the chase and have actually achieved what they want. So it's not all men that do this, but I know some men actually do this. So please, single mothers, listen and get some tips. Okay, so this is it. All right, so they come to the single mother and they or to the woman and they sing their songs. Yeah, that's what I'll call it. They tell you this and that, and and you say, okay, fine, all right, I'll go into a relationship with you, and you end up dating this man. And at the end of the day, like I said in the last video, if you're not careful and you initiate physical intimacy and these things happen, and at the end of the day you find that when he starts going away from you, he's not really responding as he used to you, then you begin to have issues with him. At the end of the day, for them, because they not all of them, but some of them already have a plan, because they know that they're not coming to stick with you for the long term. They're not coming to stay with you, okay? They might say that initially just to get a bit of you, but they're not. Their intentions might not be might not be what you think it is, okay? So what they do is they look for a way to back out of the relationship. That is where the excuse comes in, okay? The get out excuse. Okay, so this is it. All right, I'll present a scenario here. So I'm in a relationship with this guy that I've met, and initially, whilst he was chasing me, he told me I was the best woman in the world, blah blah blah, and I agreed to going into a relationship with him. Now, because I wasn't cautious enough, what I had done is actually we've been physically, emotionally, intimate, and this is me now, totally heads over heels in love with this man, can't do without him, blah blah blah. And at the end of the day, what's now happening is he's now kind of backing out of the relationship slowly. And I probably begin to notice, and I call his attention to it, and he's giving me excuses. And this is one thing he might probably say, okay? You text a lot. You use your phone a lot. I don't like it when my ladies text, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, okay, I text a lot, but you already knew that before you go into the relationship, or blah, blah. Then we start having issues. That's the get out excuse. Now, that has always been there. But because this individual, what they're coming for is not really to be with you long term. They look for something, an excuse, so that they can get out of that relationship. Okay. Now you would take on that bait. You would seriously begin to debate this issue with this man. Oh, this is what I do. I can't do without my phone. Blah blah blah. And you're taking it seriously, like believing that you actually have, an issue, and you begin to look for a way, to sort it out with this man. Whereas he is just looking for a way to get out of the relationship, because he's already had, what he wants from you. Okay, whatever he came for, he's had it and he's satisfied, and he's backing out. And that excuse is just an excuse he's giving to you. Now, what's really painful here is the fact that some women actually take this on and begin to want to change, because they believe, okay, he's complaining about my texting, I'm going to change to keep him. Okay, I'm going to stop texting to keep him. Whereas this man isn't there anymore. His body and soul isn't with you anymore. Okay, now you initiating all that change and all that, yeah, you might actually let the man think, okay, she's making so much effort, you know, I don't want to break her heart, I'll keep her. Okay, so you're there, but at the end of the day, he's not in that relationship anymore. Truly, he's actually is not there anymore. He's only still in the relationship, in that sense of it, just to keep you company. Okay, but actually, maybe I would probably use the word being. He's not actually in love with you, or actually he actually likes you that much anymore. Okay, now it's very painful because at the end of the day, this is quite sensitive. It's very painful because he has come to make you believe that he likes you, or you know, he's almost in love with you and all that. Then the next minute is changing. Like I said in the last video, maybe you know you need to go to the last video and watch it if you've not watched it, and get to understand where I'm coming from. Because you've actually bought that idea, you know, you believed him and all that, and you've given yourself totally to him. He's already, you know, gained something. He's come to get what he wanted from you. So at the end of the day, he's saying to himself, what's left? So it's almost like there's nothing left here. I've already taken what I want. Why am I still here? And he wants to go. So in wanting to go, he feels he's going to be a bad person if he just says, look, I want to break up without any excuse. Now, you know, that excuse, you know, comes in when he now picks on something that wasn't even an issue in the first place. Like, oh, you text a lot. It could be something, you know, silly that you're thinking, but at that time you wouldn't really see it as that. You would think, oh, he doesn't enjoy me texting my friends or whatever whilst he's with me, and you're taking it on board, and you're saying, oh, I've got to change for him. He doesn't like it, and you're actually changing yourself. You're not texting your friends anymore when you've got his company. You know, you're just there trying to do what he likes. Now, in the true sense of it, you know, which is very painful, this man is not there anymore. He's not really interested in that relationship anymore. And you find that this woman is already changing herself. Okay, say for instance, it's me, I'm changing myself now to please him. But at this point, no matter, I can do whatever I want to do, it's not going to change his mind. Because he's only there in that relationship, yeah, not to hurt me, or buying time, okay, to look for a bigger issue in the relationship so he can go. Use that as an excuse to leave me. Now, some women actually stay in that relationship, and this is where they begin to change. All right. Sometimes their friends will be like, I don't even know you anymore, because they're changing to be what this man wants you to be. All right. At the end of the day, is, you know, because we're genuinely believing that this man really likes us, we're actually making these changes, while in the real sense of it, he's left in his heart. He's not there. Okay. All right. Fine. So let me focus now on the woman now. Maybe for instance me, okay, and I'm there and making those changes and all that, and I'm losing myself in the process, okay. And at the end of the day, I'm doing what I can do to keep this man. I'm doing what I can do. First, I'm changing myself. I'm not communicating with my friends anymore. You know, I don't want to text anymore. Then probably what I start doing is I start buying gifts, or I do whatever I want to do to keep this man, which is wrong. I begin to whatever I can to keep him. You know, at the end of the day, I said in the first video that they come, they chase, and what we women tend to do sometimes is to take on from there, and we keep on running and running in the relationship. Whereas they've given up, they're not really chasing us anymore. What they've come for, they've received, they've gotten it, and they're satisfied. Okay, what they're just buying is for time, you know, buying time for something big to happen, then they can go. And it's at this point that, you know, this woman begins to break down and begins to cry to her friends. She's confused. Oh, I don't know what to do anymore. This man, I think he doesn't love me anymore, and things like that. And you're looking for extra ways to keep him. Okay. At the end of the day, it's a lost battle. The man wasn't there for any good reason. Okay. So that's the woman. Now let's go back to the man who's playing these games, all right, and who's looking for this excuse to come out of it. Now he's in that relationship. He knows he doesn't want to be there. Okay, he's there because, okay, this woman doesn't want to let him go, or he sees that she's putting so much effort in keeping that relationship, and maybe would say maybe he has a sort of good heart. Yeah, let's just say that, and he doesn't want to hurt her. Okay, although he's done what he wants to do, but we'll just say, okay, he doesn't want to really put so much pain, give her so much pain, so he's sort of reducing the pain, all right, reducing the blow. Okay, so he's doing all that, but in doing all that, he's also looking outside for his next I wouldn't say victim, but the person he wants to, maybe he's interested in next. And whilst he's doing that, he's going out there looking for the next person, and you begin to notice that he's distracted. Then it begins to hurt you the more, and you're upset, and you're saying he's cheating. What I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, this man is no more in that relationship. And it's very difficult for some of us to actually see these things, but it's high time we begin to address these situations so that we do not spend our time chasing after what will not be. Okay? The men have a plan. Like I said, this is the chase. They know what they're coming for in the relationship, and they would put as much effort into it. Okay, if it's to get that physical intimacy and to go, once they've gotten that, they would go. And in my first video, I said something like, if you actually can keep away from physical intimacy in a relationship, okay, getting to know this man, all right, at the end of the day, so they do get tired. Men get tired when they chase and chase and chase. After a while, they do get tired, and they move on to the next one who's going to give them that attention. All right. So I know some men can be so adamant, and they will be like, oh, I'm going to get you. Whilst they're doing that, they could have a girlfriend on the side and still want to chase after you. But this is the time where you have to be really apply wisdom in whatever you're doing, and ask why a man would want to chase you long term without giving up. Okay, because if you put yourself in his shoes, how long would you be able to chase after something? At the end of the day, you wouldn't really chase after it, to get what you want. You might just, what you would end up doing, say for instance, you would like a man, if you chase after him 3 months and you're not getting any results, you probably would say, okay, I'll just be his friend. So if you're seeing a man who is actively chasing you for something over a long period of time, you need to ask yourself, what he actually wants? Because in the true instance, in reality, sometimes people have to settle with what they can get from someone. Okay, because I've seen men that after maybe chasing me for a while and I keep saying no, we just become friends, and that's it, and it phases out from there. Okay, at the end of the day, they will call me and tell me they met someone, they're getting married, or or different things, or they met someone, they've broken up, or different situations out there. And that is reality, because if someone is actually chasing after you long term and they're still giving you that same hit from beginning, and you begin to question what they want. But after a while, it eases off and they're happy to be just your friend, then it's a comfortable situation to actually build something on, because then you begin to know them. All right. So at the end of the day, physical intimacy again begins to, when it's introduced too early or at a point in that relationship, it begins to make us believe like this man owe us something, in the real sense of it, when they know they don't owe us anything. They've only come to achieve something, conquer, and to leave. And we are left to deal with that pain. All right. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that we need to be very careful. All right. There's some men who approach us with the plan already, and it could be, to be with us long term. Okay. It could just be for a short-term purpose. Maybe they're with somebody else and they're having problems in that relationship, and they're just looking for someone to be with until they can actually sort out the issues they have in their marriage or whatever. So we need to be really careful, okay, at the end of the day, not to commit too early, and not to be involved with people who we're not really sure about, okay. But we because when we're not sure about them, we still give so much of ourselves into the relationship, and we hurt ourselves in the long run. At the end of the day, if we are aware of these things, we can protect ourselves more. It is when we don't know, okay, that we go in blindly and we begin to, make mistakes. But at the end of the day, like I said, Zion's Touch is here to encourage and to uplift you, and whatever information out there that we can use to protect ourselves, single mothers, and to protect our family, our children, I would always share, and share with love. No judgment. There's no judgment here. We all make mistakes, and we need to encourage ourselves. So listen, at the end of the day, there's always a get out clause. There's always a get out excuse, okay? So be careful, right? So that at the end of the day, if at all these men don't mean well when they come, we don't give them a situation or give them a foundation or give them something to work with to hurt us, okay? Remember, the real man who is meant for you, you would know over time, okay? And he's going to be consistent in his attitude, in his love towards you. Be patient and wait for that real man. All right, this is all I have today, single mothers. Be careful out there, be cautious when it comes to emotions, and I'm hoping that we all find the best man and we do the right thing for us, okay? We do the right thing, we apply wisdom and do the right thing for us. So single mothers, like I always say, remain strong and beautiful. And whatever you go through in life, make sure you try as much as possible. Try your best to rise above it, okay? And one more thing, please do subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Hey, I love you loads. God bless. Bye.